Hey, this is Tom Conley, your principal from St. Jacinto Elementary School, and I just wanted to share with you another tip with Chrome. And this will be just the second part of an earlier video that I had, and it's going to kind of highlight on some of the things that we just will make some of the things that you just learned from the other video a whole lot easier to manage. And so we're going to go ahead and open up Chrome again. I'm using a different type of computer than you might be using, and so some things may look a little bit differently, but once you're in Chrome, everything should function the same way. First thing that I want you to notice here is that I have all of these tabs still open up today. I have a bunch of different items that are open. Some of my tabs are pinned over here, and then I also have these items that are next to my browser bar that are called extensions. And each of these extensions, they're kind of like shortcuts to functions and different applications that will make your life easier. So we're going to look at something today called TabCloud. You can see I'm open to the TabCloud screen, and this is really helpful, I would think, to you as a teacher if you're preparing for a class and you want things to appear a certain way. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look a little bit more at TabCloud. It's an extension that I have here all the way over to the right. You can see right here, there's the little icon for TabCloud, and I'm going to go ahead and click on TabCloud, and what that does is it drops down some different combinations of tabs that I have open. Okay, so this first one says click to name, and I have the option to get rid of it with the little minus sign or to save it if I want to save this. And what this is it's taking a record of every tab that I have open exactly as you see it. So for instance, if one night I'm planning a lesson and I have all these different websites that are going to be involved in it, and tomorrow I could either write these down or I could relog into them or do whatever it is that I need to. It could become tedious if you have quite a few of them open. And so what you might want to say is this is a certain type of lesson for the day, and you could save all of these tabs the way they are, and when you open your TabCloud the next day, it would be saved in a list here. As you can see, I have a list of items here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Back on October 3rd, I saved this combination of tabs that were open, and I'm going to click on it. I'm going to add it, and as soon as I hit that plus sign, all of a sudden all the tabs the way that I had them set up will appear on my screen. And so for instance, a lot of times during the day I will set up these tabs. I always have my Google Drive and my Gmail pinned over here, and they're kind of like my defaults. I need them open at all times, so I go ahead and I'll start out my day with the default setting in my TabCloud where those two are always pinned over here to the left. And so whenever I do that and I save in TabCloud, I save whatever combination that I have. You can keep adding them and have just a gigantic assortment of different default settings where you have certain tabs that are open so that you can access those websites and not have to remember every which one to click on, and it can be as many as you need. So that's a helpful tool right there. The other item that I'd like to highlight today is what we call LastPass. And so LastPass is a password manager, and if you get frustrated as I would with all the different passwords you have to manage, this is a learning application. And so when I will go to a different website, like let's say I was going to go to our Reading Renaissance page for AR. If you notice, as soon as I click on it down here on the screen, it automatically plugs in my username and my password, and it has these two little stars over here, and these stars are indicating that these are fields that are locked away in the vault of LastPass. So when you use LastPass, every time you have a field that you have to fill in, like you're seeing here, it's a learning application. So it's going to have a drop-down menu. When you start to type something in there, it's going to have a little star out here, and it's going to ask you some questions about, do we need to save this website? And that'll usually appear on the bar right up here below your browser bar. So you can go ahead and save those items, and it will always be there. Any computer that I access will have and when I log into Chrome and I use this account, my work account, it's going to have my password vault, and anything that I use on here, it's going to memorize them. So when I go to those different places and I need those passwords, it automatically plugs them in. That's a good thing, that's helpful to you. The only thing that I could say negative about it is that when you're not typing your passwords regularly, you have a tendency not to remember them. But as long as you can have a safe place to store your master password for LastPass, then you should be okay. If you ever have any questions on how to use LastPass or TabCloud, please send me an email. I'd be glad to help you out on how to use that. Otherwise, that's the end of my video today. Thank you.